Tarale, can you describe for me the emotions that you have?
Initially, it was sort of just a quiet numbing. It took me a second. When I got Doug's text, I sort of pushed the phone away because I was a little afraid. Not that I'd expected anything but guilty, but the emotion would be overwhelming. And then when I did read it, I just sort of went silent inside, and I kept trying to figure out what I was feeling. And happy kept coming up, but that's not exactly the word I was really feeling. And then it was gratitude, like gratitude for what had been done.
You were a part of this trial, though. It wasn't just the others. You actually stepped up and wanted to be a part of it. Why?
When the story broke, I avoided it at first because I didn't want to feel it. I didn't want to open anything for myself. And when I finally allowed myself to read it, the first thing I said was, I have to help her. And that's what drove me through the whole 2 years, was wanting to help someone. I never for once thought he would be held accountable, and that's a big part of why I'd never spoke up, because he is him and I was me. But that's changed now.
Did you have a moment of thinking that was worth it?
Absolutely, yes. That was exactly how I felt. That was worth it. I would do it again.
Were you disappointed that he wasn't found guilty on the more serious charges?
I wasn't going to let disappointment come in, so no, I didn't feel disappointed because he's being held accountable. Would we all have liked that? Yes, but he's being held accountable.
And what message do you think this verdict sends today?
That it's okay, you have permission, and you should speak up for yourself and point to the person to be held accountable for what they're doing to you or to someone else. That be strong, find your inner strength.
Do you think that this will change the landscape for criminal sexual assault cases around the country?
I do, because in the short period that the Manhattan DA's office that I've been involved with has been handling these cases, this wasn't the sort of case they would have brought 10 years ago, for sure. I mean, I was representing the maid in the Dominique Strauss-Kahn case, which had a lot of physical evidence and instant corroboration and things like that. But post Me Too, people are now understanding the dynamics of the rape myths and how people really are sexually assaulted and how they're raped. And I think that other district attorney's office will look at this prosecution and say, yes, this woman may have waited 10 years to come forward. She may not have told anyone. She may have even remained in contact with the person who actually committed the crime. But nonetheless, we believe her, and we therefore think it's important to bring this case.
I think it's coming to light for me now in the past 2 years what the last decade and a half has been. It's all coming, it's all bubbling to the surface for me now. And some people have asked, do I feel like I have closure? And I don't necessarily know if that's the best word for me. I feel like I have a new definition as to where and who I am going forward. I get to change things now.
Do you have renewed faith in the system?
I do. Yes, I do, actually. And even more so, I have renewed faith in people finding their own strength. I think it's safer to stay in the shadows, but you don't realize how much the fear gets to you. But I have a lot of faith in people.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.